Well met, questers. I hope you've been repenting as diligently as I have. Tell you, I repented so hard the other day my rod almost fell off. But anyway, welcome back to Disciples Sacred Lands, the Empire Saga Rob Hunter Challenge. This episode is going to be something of a departure of our usual events, as we have found our quest objective, which is this tower very well guarded here. And we have Sluttrus up to a point where essentially everyone's maxed out in terms of their XP. I am, however, curious in terms of what awaits us within this kind of like shrouded area. So, rather than drag you through the monotony of, I mean, as exciting as the exploration part is, I don't want to draw this out too long. So I'm going to probably cut to various points in this exploration just to show you any interesting parts, shall we say. Probably cut to some certain ruin plundering. That tends to be the most interesting part. I just want to see if there's anything particularly good coming out of any of these ruins, maybe some permanent stat increasing items. So I'll kind of cut things here, and we'll pick things up as and when they occur. Oh, hello again. So I started exploring. Well, I thought I'd finish off the exploration of the places that we've already been to ultimately. So popped up here, found the abandoned farm containing a skeleton champion, lich, and wyvern. Upon seeing that and getting a little bit scared, gotta say, I've got some the good old holy armor, and I'm hoping that's going to be it, because after that we're up to a whopping 50% damage reduction on all units. Yes, there's a lot of full party damage, but that's all going to be halved, so I'm hoping that will go rather well, especially with our extra backline damage from the marksman. Shit, it does 70 damage. I'm tempted to kind of like get rid of Skeleton Champion as soon as I can, ideally. But at the same time, a combination of him doing 40 and him doing 45, provided they all hit, that should be enough to take down the Lich. Fingers crossed, anyway. Yeah, this guy does way too much damage. When he hits, of course. Excellent. Hit on everyone. Uh-oh. Ah, that's actually quite not a lot of damage at all from the wyvern, so we should probably save that till last. However, another hit from the lich may take down the marksman. Inquisitor's looking pretty good. Rather healthy at the moment. That misses. Pretty fine. Okay, that might be it for the mage, but before the wyvern takes him down, can he get rid of the lich? Can. Excellent. Okay, backline should be alright, just because of the damage that the wyvern is doing is so low. Can we get a good initiative roll? We can. There he goes. And yeah, let's keep you healed. That's not great. Okay, you're gonna have to heal yourself, my love. Then I think we are more or less done, and then he misses. No, he doesn't. Good lad. There we go. Pretty nasty one. Did we get anything decent from it? 350 gold. And Helm of Purity. Renders the leader immune to thieves, I believe. Yes, it does. Nice little battle there. Yeah, I kind of want to show you the ruins just because they're some of the more interesting ones in terms of what you get from them. Usually it's a case of the reward not being worth the risk, but that's more of a Disciples 2 thing. Anyway, I'll pause it here, and I'll catch up with you in a minute. Hey up, something's interesting happened. We've got Carlo Man the City Man. Carlo Man, really? What would a Carlo Man sound like? Hey, the master who's a sorcerer lives in a ruin not far from here. Before he possessed the scepter, he was a kind and helpful sorcerer, using his magic to help the peasants. I guess power corrupted him. I don't know what that accent was. I'm so sorry if I offended anyone. I'm assuming there's a ruin somewhere around here. This is me capturing the city of Gurin, which was kind of beyond this other city, which seemed fairly impenetrable, and it wasn't much of a point in getting that. We've uncovered just this little part down here, south of the city that we'd captured, and have kind of like entrenched ourselves within. So that's the thing. Yeah, I'll probably cut to when we find that ruin, and we'll see what dwells within. But before that, yes, we've captured yet another city, with Arthurlees saying, "Don't you think, my liege, that such proximity to the undead capital is a bit reckless and puts us in unnecessary danger? Don't misinterpret my sayings. I have no fear of the enemy, but a little caution is sometimes advisable. I didn't build this city. What are you talking about? I merely liberated it. I thought you'd be grateful. Anyway, all I'm really doing is just capturing these cities. I've not really gone after any more ruins yet. I thought the best strategy would be to capture as much as I can, push towards the undead capital, kind of like just cripple them to the point where they're not that much of a threat, and then I can go about my clean-up business in relative peace, which seems to be going rather well. It's mainly these two cities which I'm just bolstering, and then we should be able to have a look at the rest of the map. It's not looking like anything particularly exciting at the moment, but I will cut back to anything which may tickle your fancy. Howdy doody, what do we... Oh, excuse me. What do we have here? We've got some dwarves. So I thought, it's been a while since we've seen the dwarves, father. So yeah, let's jump straight in and kick some beard, I suppose. They've got crossbowmen. Oh, that should be alright. Yeah, our party's a little bit damaged just because the enemy, as usual, flinging spells left, right and centre, which it's nothing really terrible to deal with. It's just wears you down over time. Ooh, that's a big one. Down he goes. I've just been poisoning these guys with a thief. I'm optimising for speed more than anything else, essentially, just because most of the work is done now, really. I've got a bunch of healing potions now. I've just been raiding all the shops, as you do.
For the High Father.
Everyone else is pretty much spread out. Let's have a quick recap of the rest of the map. In this one, I can't remember who said what, but it was something to do with a tomb. Everything else that I've come across has been looted. This hideout and Giant's Den. We've got this shop which just sells healing stuff. A couple of Dwarven clan units there. I'm wondering if he was talking about this one, Coriol's Tomb, because that's the only other named ruin that we've really come across.
I'm listening.
So I'm assuming it was something to do with that.
Listening.
We did get something fairly interesting from that tomb, I think. Can't quite remember. But anyway, that's all done. I'll probably just keep recording from this point. Air Ward, really. It's all that trouble for an Air Ward. Fine.
Sinners.
Let's go after these ones. I was hoping that there would be something relatively interesting, as this is... It's like a dead end at the end of the map, as it were. There's nowhere else for us to go from here. And it's untouched by the undead. So I was expecting riches beyond compare, but doesn't really seem to be a thing. Get rid of you. Excellent miss there. Well done. There has been a lot of missing. I've got to just point that out. An ungodly amount of missing. To the point where I am very, very much tempted to swap out probably this less powerful banner for a chance to hit one. If I can get my hands on a 20% increase chance to hit banner, that'll be it. I'll be happy as a pig in shit. I'm moving these thieves back. I don't know why. They're not going to be useful for the final battle. I look, just like to look after my boys. What can I say? I researched a couple more spells, everything that I think we're gonna need for the final battle. Ugh, not this again. I'm just gonna surrender, I think, just because there's no point in hanging on to that. Again, I'm optimising for speed on this one, just because I just want to wrap things up. Banner of Protection. It's nice. It's nice. I'm not going to say I'm not going to be ungrateful, but just not really needed at this point. Especially as we very unusually got a Banner of Resistance at the end of the previous mission.
I'm listening.
So, I think we can pretty much set our sights on the final objective. I might go and see if I can... I'm trying to remember if there are any shops which are selling anything particularly useful.
For the High Father.
There are a couple of chests and bags here and there which may contain some goodies. But at this point I can't really be asked just to go back and fetch them, to be honest. So I'm just going to make a quick flurry back to this quest objective, not through that sea serpent, of course. It might take a while, so I'm going to skip to when we're just literally outside that tower. No sooner had I mentioned it, well, you know, ask and you shall receive. We got ourselves a Banner of Battle. It was guarded by a single skeleton champion just behind this city, which I thought, hey, it's easy pickings. Yeah, I am tempted to swap out this Banner of Protection for that, especially as we have Holy Armour. Just because I am damn sick of missing. I think at this point it's also probably just worthwhile me just continuing on, because I've got these two ruins to plunder, a couple of barbarians and elves. So I figure let's just keep things going and we'll see what's in these, and then we'll head towards the final destination. I don't know who he's going to go for. Probably someone on the back line. So let's focus on the barbers. He gets one-shotted by the mage anyway with our enhanced chance to hit. Is it up to now? Chance to hit plus 23. That seems unusually high. Increases by 10% chance to hit all units in the party. Should it be that high? Surely that should just be an increased 7.5%. Should it not? Is this just knackered? Feels like there's something very dodgy going on there. Like, everyone will have a 100% chance to hit now. Have I broken the game, mother? I think this Inquisitor's going down, unfortunately. Oh, which is a shame. Oh, maybe not. Well, in fact, definitely not, because, yeah, 100% chance to hit. Why is this happening? Oh, you know what I did? Oh, what a giant twat. 400 gold and a diamond. I have casted Holy Strength, haven't I? Yeah, 20% crit chance to hit. I thought I did Holy Armour. What a complete dunce. Oh well, never mind. Here's me thinking I was great and broke the game just by playing it. But, yeah. Turns out it's a little more stable than that.
I'm listening.
Okay, let's end this turn and go after the elves next. That was rude. I think I've built up a fair cache of mana. Let me just double check. So I think we can be fairly liberal with its use. Yeah. Look at that stonking great stocks of mana there.
For the High Father.
She's looking very ill though,
I'm
so
listening.
probably going to
I'm
just
listening.
slip in here. I'll probably just skip a turn, and then we'll get things underway. We're going to need all that health, simply because I think, or I believe, We've got 2 elf lords awaiting us in that other ruin. We do indeed, yes. Air ward would be nice. I think we have access to that in the first tier of spellage. Nope, I want to research it first, please. There we go. Air ward. I think that's what elf lords do. It's either air or earth. Let's hope it's air. We'll whack some holy armor on just in case as well. Okay, let me just double check the chance to hit. Yeah, it's down to it's back down to a not ridiculous amount now. Splendid. Okay, let's give this a go. Might be a little bit saucy. Because I think those elf lords pack a punch. Something like 50 damage or something. Yeah. So we're going to be warded against one, which is great. They don't have any wards, so they'll take the full damage from the mage. I think we probably do go after those elf lords, though. Okay, good. Right, so 2 attacks from them, and that might be our backline gone. Which is super sad. Oh, I could have done with that hitting. Damn it, Banner! It did nothing. Slightly tempted to pivot and attack the Centaur Lancer now. In fact, this might be a retreat at this rate. Oh, fuck it, yeah, this is going horrendously. So no, you don't retreat, you can at least attack them. So you retreat. Get rid of him. Can the Inquisitor attack first? No, of course not. Yuck. That was horrendous. Thankfully I've been stocking up on this kind of shit, so let's go for a full heal. Sorry, full resurrection. I think a full heal is a bit ambitious. Okay, use a bunch of healing potions, simply because we're not going to have much opportunity to use them elsewhere. Man, goodness, that was a bit of a blow.
For the High Father.
Wacky one there.
I'm listening.
Hopefully we don't get spilled upon. They just seem to be faffing around, going to and forth to the what's it, unit trainer, whatever you want to call it. Okay, 2 elf lords. We can air ward up again. And after that horrific show, I might have to do some holy armor and holy strength. I would like to heal Sluttress. I'll do a normal heal spell. Because she's only going to take 1 lot of damage from the Elf Lords, she can heal herself the first turn. Whether we can actually kill one of those Elf Lords in 1 turn remains to be seen. I think so. At least I bloody well hope so. Otherwise this is going to be a disaster yet again. Let's go for the bottom one because he has less health. It's warded. What kind of initiative do we... so he has... Elf Lords have the same initiative as a melee unit, so it's down to the initiative rolls. Thankfully, the Inquisitors beat this elf, quite literally in the face, which means this is plain sailing for the rest. Can we get another? Yeah, another good initiative roll. Wonderful. Something nice in this one. 200 gold. That's a very low amount of gold, so hopefully the item is better. Unholy Chalice. Leader inflicts 15% more damage in battle. If my leader did inflict damage, that would be pretty nice. You can get a better banner, though. Banner of War or something like that. I can't quite remember. So when it comes to... The weird thing when it comes to Disciples, like Sacred Lands, when you have some fairly weak
The High Father.
artifacts, there's very little reason to go for it when there is a
Repent, sinners!
a banner equivalent which affects all the party. Oh dear, you're looking very sad, aren't you? What's your name? Gangrene. Another popular name. Top 10 undead children names. Gangrene. Top 5, I'd say. This is going to be a pretty funky one. Still got loads of mana though, so that's good. So let's end our turn and have a think about how to tackle this particularly tough nut. Okay, I don't care what the undead do now. Setting our sights on end goal. Right, just because this might go bonkers, I'm just going to drop a save game here. I'd say possibly bonkers, but never mind. So it's a lot of area of effect damage. Oodles of it. Which is very scary. This debuff is pointless. Let's see if there are any other spells that we can research at this point. Mind Ward is going to help us. True Sight and Earth Ward, nope. Celerity Might, I'm not banking on it. So I think we've researched everything we can.
For the High Father.
I imagine we probably got some scrolls which have come in useful. No, that wouldn't. Any other scrolls that I've picked up upon my travels? Chant of Fortitude. Oh boy. Yeah, I get a feeling that wants us to use that to actually win. So I'm going to break the golden rule. I'm going to grab ourselves a mage leader just so we can cast that.
For the High Father.
You can just step outside and we will... good old Conrad. Get yourself a couple of those and off you go.
My lord.
Okay, movement's a bit crap, but
For the High Father.
never mind. Okay, I don't want you causing trouble, so I'm just going to give him a quick zap with the old cattle prod. There we go, we'll keep him at bay.
I'm listening.
Let's bring you back to here, so you can meet in the middle. We can get that casted, and then we'll see how things go. Honestly, don't know how this will pan out. We've got no. It's only a skeleton. We've got 20% damage reduction from the banner. What else do we have? Another 20% from Holy Armor. And then... oh yeah, those guys got a bunch of experience from defending that city. Rather effectively, might I add. I've always found that two fighters on the front, two squires on the front, 3 archers on the back has been a really, really good and effective city defence. Alright, let's just go to that place here. Was there any other interesting spells there? Oh, I'm intrigued now. Oh, he's in the way, of course he is.
My services are required.
Anyway, what was I saying?
I'm listening.
Yeah, so I think we're up to 20%, another 20%, 40%, and then another 33%. We're looking at like 73%. It's almost maxing it out. You might as well have all these scrolls. What's this? Staff of Paralysing. Why not? Make them feel a bit more important. Staff of Twilight, yeah, great. Okay, looks like we've got some giant blood potion, which is nice. She's a little bit damaged though. I think this should heal all that damage, because I think that was a 30 damage spell. So there we go. And I think she should... yeah, we can reach there. So this should be, fingers crossed, the final turn. So let's get our spells underway. Holy Armor. Probably do Holy Strength as well. Absolutely no room for error. nothing from here. Ooh, if I've got any mana left over, I'll do some living armor. Just because they have no healing capabilities, so I might be able to get one or two shots in on those Dark Lords. Okay, that's about all from that.
My services are required.
Oh, they are indeed. Yes, yes. Come on, service me, boy. Excellent. And we'll check out those armor stats. Anything else going on here? Best attack, no.
For the High Father.
So we should be up to 73. Yeah, 73 armor, looking good. We've got some tree bark potion as well. So I think that's probably going to go on the mage, just because they've got a wraith. Sorry. Don't want to take any chances on that. We definitely need to make sure that's going down. Chance to hit's looking at like 100%, I think, isn't it? Now it is. Boost you up to 100%. Potion of protection. Okay, I'm going to put that on Slutrus. We can afford to lose the marksman, but Slutrus we definitely need to keep. Higher initiative. I'll put that on the mage as well. And giant blood. Give it to all the damage dealers. Okay. I'm slightly tempted to see how it goes without that. What was it? Living armors. I think we can do it without them. Let's go. Let's go for it. Fingers crossed. So we've got a death dragon. Powerful drakes that die are resurrected in the form of mighty skeleton dragons. 50 damage. That's going to basically turn into nothing. There's me. Good old necromancer. 45 damage from him. 40 damage from a wraith. Not a lot of HP. I think we're going to be absolutely fine with this. Let's go for that back line first of all. Yeah, focus on these Dark Lords. Potentially overdone it here with the spells and whatnot, but hey, that's what you've got to do in Disciples. If you don't feel overpowered by the end, you're doing something very wrong. He's weapon immune, so let's distribute a bit of damage between these two guys. Yeah, this is going to be pretty much a washout, really, isn't it? Oh well. I think this is like Capital Guardian destroying army. Feels like it anyway. Which we may well be doing in the next challenge. I'm thinking about doing that Calamity challenge that I think was it Dak suggested. But I'll be doing that in Disciples 2, of course. Might do it on the Elven campaign, because it's been a while since we've done Rise of the Elves. And that's it. Mission has been successfully completed. Will the game die, as it usually does when we go to these cutscenes, is the next question. It didn't.
The
Well done.
scepter was destroyed with no other form of ceremony than being crushed under a soldier's foot. Most of the undead creatures fell lifelessly upon the land, and what was left of the cursed army was hunted down by the Empire's forces.
Fantabulous. Well done for not crashing, game. I'm pleasantly surprised. My editing skills aren't too bad, so hopefully you wouldn't notice the difference if it had crashed. So, Banner of Resistance. I am very much tempted to bring that Banner of Battle. I didn't realise units started on 75% chance to hit. That's a bit of a slap in the face. As for the final item, I don't know. I usually just go for whatever sells the most, which is probably going to be this diamond, I'm guessing. Let's go for that. Where is it? There we are. Let's go. The question is, will it crash now? No. Oh, it's so much good luck.
During the Empire's battle against the undead hordes, the legions of the damned abducted the Queen and Uther, the heir to the Empire's throne. Rumors about the rebirth of Bethrazen startled the humans, and no efforts would be spared to retrieve the bewitched queen, fearing the use of the infant as a receptacle for the unholy one. While pursuing the ravisher, an imperial knight slew the fiend in the mountains, but the queen fell into a precipice with her royal child, not to be seen again. The day after, rangers found her captive in a mountain clan city. For unknown reasons, the mountain clan did not want to return the queen nor the infant, and the Empire would have to capture the fortress where she was imprisoned.
I think we've all had those nights where we've been receptacles of the unholy one, let's face it. Also, that was the most generic picture of a child I've ever seen. So we're going up against the mountain clans. Big crossover with the happenings in Disciples 2, where Uther is actually possessed by Bethesda. Spoilers. The Legions of the Damned will destroy. Oh, looks like we're going up against both of them, I'm assuming. We got the clans as well. Alright, calm down. Wow. It's literally going hell for leather. No, it's just the demons. It suggested that we were going to go up against the clans. I'm assuming that's going to be like all the neutral units. We've already got some there and here, so that makes sense. Does he belong to me? Ubin Windlock. So one thing I did notice.
For the High Father.
I'm really tempted to just use Slutress to very quickly get that life mana. I'm going to do it. I know it's boring, but let's do it anyway. Okay, probably couldn't really afford that. I'll nick some of this guy's units if necessary. So yeah, one thing I noticed in the last mission is that I know I said I would try and keep the number of secondary parties to a minimum. I'm tempted to say, for a matter of convenience, it's nice to have one which is literally guarding your forward outpost, city, whatever you want to call it. Simply because it then becomes a game of cat and mouse if we have to keep on pulling back our rod planter simply to fend off constant advances on our cities. Oh, I didn't see that guy. It's a wee dwarf. So I shall ponder further on that one. I might just do it simply from a case of convenience. I won't obviously abuse it and level up a second leader to then, I don't know, aid in things that Slutress should be doing on her own. So let's have a little think about party makeup. I want to do something a little bit different to the last one. So I don't really want to go down this side because I kind of want to see those ones, but at the same time I don't want to do Inquisitor again, particularly because his mind immunity is not going to be as useful this time. Mage wise, we're pretty much stuck with that. Less of a need for mages, I guess, this time, because they're not up against the undead and any weapon immune units. Marksmen are just good to have, just in general, and probably foregoing any healing units because we've already got one. So it's probably going to be a case of potentially one or two marksmen and one or two Imperial Knights. I'll go with potentially a mix-up of those two.
For the High Father.
Now I should ideally be getting some experience for Slutress now. So let's get her an archer. Can she go on the front row for a bit? She's got a stonking amount of HP. So maybe we go for double archers on the back. See how we get on. I'm wondering if she gets an extra leadership point. Because that was a thing in Disciples 2. We could get our rod planters up to 5 leadership. Whether that's the case in Sacred Lands, I don't know. I shall be interested to find out. Right, dwarves first, I think. Potentially going to lose one of those archers at the back, but
Repent, sinners!
there's no reason for us to hesitate, I think. Let's go for these ones at the back. Make him do a little bit of sick. Yeah, he's going down, unfortunately. No one for you to heal, I'm afraid. Okay, that should be it for casualties. Is this knight's hair just like constantly stuck in this kind of shape going off the back of his head, or is it a cape? I'd like to think it's a cape. But it kind of looks like he's got like some mad hair going back. Like he's one of the, what was it, the Centauri from Babylon 5. Oh, there's a reference. Ask your parents if you don't get that one. Okay. I'm not inclined to waste that life potion on him. I think I'll probably just replace him in the capital. It'll be cheaper and faster. Okay, what does this guy actually have? I should potentially bring him back and give him that cleric, actually. Not that I'm going to fight any important battles with him. It'll probably just be some like city defense type stuff. But if it's going to just outright give us that leader, I shall certainly make good use of it. So, yeah, my thoughts are when... blimey, they're at it already. When starting a new mission or something like this, it's really good to kind of keep recording and obviously talk through any of those big decisions which come about with what's our final army going to look like and some of the early goings on. However, if it does get to the point where I think things are not necessarily getting dull, but if there's little reason for me to keep recording and just essentially just exploring the map, doing a bit of fending off some enemy units, things like this, then
Repent, sinners!
hopefully, well, I think that the approach that I've used at the end of the previous mission works quite well. So I'll just cut to the interesting points. Ooh, interesting. But do let me know if you like watching through, wading with me. Then that's fine. I don't think I'd have been able to finish off the previous mission within the usual episode length that I go for, which is normally about 40-45 minutes. So it's largely to just keep things moving. YouTube is obviously a different beast. It's not like streaming where I can't just not stream. I'm going to get you to do some exploration for us. Generic lair is definitely in dwarf lands, which is good. I've not seen the dwarves yet, so that would be interesting.
I'm listening.
How are we doing for resources? Okay, can't build anything yet, but 'tis early days. Is that one of the councillors? I don't think it's a rod planter, so that could get a little bit hairy. I don't know if they're going to have any pre-upgraded units. He's literally just going around stealing all the shit. The brass neck on this guy. I don't know what to expect from him though. Okay, we're going to have to build something. Probably the archery range, because those are the next ones due to level
For
up.
the High Father.
There's going to be our archers on the back there. It's a shame. I really enjoyed having that chain lightning just to soften up units. That came in really useful. Do we have access to the tier 4 spells now? We do. Summon 2 Golem. Pretty cheap as well. All we really need is a source of Runestone and Infernal Mana. We've got the life down. And that should be good. Fireward's going to be incredibly useful in this mission. And Call to Arms, which is that what we used at the end of the last mission? Or was it the dwarven equivalent, wasn't it? Trying to fortitude. Oh yeah, that reduced damage. This is increasing our damage that we inflict, which is pretty nice. I can't remember what the quest objective was on this. I'm going to have to remember for the next episode probably.
For the High Father.
I'm slightly tempted just to YOLO it and go after them. We do have a pre-upgraded warrior unit, and they didn't immediately go after us, which suggests to me that they are quite weak, and they're literally just sent out to scout and steal some
Repent,
items around the map.
sinners.
Oh, we're good. That's absolutely fine. How much damage does he do? 45. It's enough to one-shot our archers, potentially. We do have the Banner of Resistance, of course. So yeah, let's see if we can get rid of him. 4 good shots on him and he'll go down. That's fine, we can heal through that. It's Fight Club in the demon layers. I do love just the generic punch from those guys. Okay, he's fine. And he's about to go down. There he goes. Wonderful. Okay, okay, he might level up. Him, not so much, unfortunately. So I'm probably going to have to heal this archer at some point, but for now, I just need to keep topping up the front line. Okay. Please feel free to miss. That's absolutely great. It feels like we are hitting them more. Yeah, I mean the archers, they do have an extra 5% chance to hit anyway over our melee units, so 88% is pretty nice. Healed, and I think wrap that one up. It's a nice, satisfying early win against the demons. We'll obviously, oh, so close. We'll obviously pick up all those items that he was stealing. Titan's Might Potion, Fire Ward, Ignis Khan, Skull Dust. He'd been a busy boy, hadn't he? My liege, I do like this guy's voice. Let's do a little bit more scouting. That demon unit came from down here, so maybe that's where more are going to come from. There's already quite a few gravestones around here.
For the High Father.
So they've been going to work on the locals. Okay, I think one more turn and we'll wrap things up here at the start of this new mission. And then I will try and remember what the quest objective is for next time. I would look at the objective screen, but it probably will crash. I'm probably pushing my luck there. So, no, not doing that. Okay, let's get the stable built. We could go down the chapel and have both an Inquisitor and a Knight, but we're limiting his level up options then. Which would be super sad.
I'm listening.
Hill Giant and Dwarf.
Repent, sinners.
Should be alright with that. Let's get this archer leveled up. Okay, let's go after the squishy one first. Is he going to have to go after the Rod Planter? He is. Interesting prioritizational logic going on. Works slightly in our favour with them splitting the damage. Don't mind that. And then we'll just get a bonus heal on the Knight at the end of the battle, of course. He's still going for it. You'd think he'd go after the Knight with them having less HP, but looks like they're prioritising the healer. 121 XP already. We've got 2 marksmen. We could potentially look into swapping out marksmen to bolster city defences at some point, because they're not going to get any more experience for the rest of the mission now, which is of course a bit sad.
Repent, sinners.
So we might as well take advantage of their extra firepower and bolster some cities. Okay, go for him. Crossbowman down. Obviously have the initiative advantage over the dwarves, which is great. Particularly if you have the healer, because you're almost guaranteed to get a bonus heal. Which is always welcome. Still got a good few more turns before we have to think about an upgrade structure for the knight. Which is great. Let's see if we can have a look down here. It looks like that's going to be a mana source potentially, but we're going to have to get past a mermaid and 2 mermen. It's really hard to see. I think it might be runestone mana, which would be great to get early on. Could even get an early start on this life mana, or we will get that eventually, but it's always nice to get just a few extra turns worth. Anyway, let's end the turn there. A little bit of Ignis Mare to round things off, as you do. Excellent. And I think that's a wrap. So we'll leave things there. We'll catch up in the next episode. We'll hopefully make some decent headway into this one. It still looks like a fairly small map. It's probably about the same size as the previous mission. And then I think after this one we're on to the final one. So this is the penultimate mission. So obviously the sagas are a lot smaller in Sacred Land. So yeah, we'll see you there, and have a wonderful day. Bye bye for now.